Hey guys, so I'm back after being sick for a whole week. I'm off to work, but today I have something interesting to tell you, and that is, it costs £65 to puke or vomit in London. So basically, if you're going around town drunk and at night after a night out and you're feeling sick and horrible, that's fine. You can puke on the pavement, nothing happens. You just walk off. Let's turn this off, it's noisy when you're recording. But if you're sick, as in if you're ill, and you have to vomit, or if you feel like you're going to vomit, it can cost you £65. How? I'll tell you in a second, but first, what I want to say is the kind of person I am. The person I am is someone who goes around London or anywhere else in England where if I see litter lying around on the road, on the pavement, anywhere, I'll pick it up and put it in a bin. Because I think that as a good citizen, it's our job to keep our cities clean, and it just makes everyone's life better. I remember one time I was walking to a bus stop and there were two guys standing there. First thing in the morning, I think it was 6:30, I was going to work and they were in front of the bus stop drinking Red Bull, and they were foreign, so I'll say that perhaps they didn't know, or the country they came from. Actually, I know where they came from, but probably it doesn't matter if you toss things around and it's not part of their culture. But they tossed the two cans onto the grass next to them while there was a bin very close to the bus stop. There were quite a few natives, English and locals, standing at the bus stop giving them evil looks. Obviously no one wanted to say or do anything because they look like big builders or people who'd get into a fight with you just over a can. And I thought, what can I do to tell them how we do it in our country without being rude to them? So I went and picked up those two cans and put them in the bin while they watched. I didn't say anything to them, I didn't look at them, I just picked it up for them and put it in the bin. And there was like a smile on everyone's face at that bus stop, and they were so pleased that I did that. And for me it was like, I don't want to insult someone who's come to our country and doesn't really know the traditions and what we do, but at the same time they need to know that we don't like to litter and we like to keep our country clean. Anyway, that's the kind of person I am. So I would never go around puking in public places. As you know from my previous videos, I've been very, very ill. And one of the first days when I was really ill, I had gone out to bring some food or something, I can't remember exactly, but I had gone through a lot of traffic and there was a double-decker bus in front of me pumping out diesel fumes, and when you're ill you feel far more sensitive to smells and things, and I had to stop. I was so sick, I just felt like I was going to throw up in the car. So I stopped into this parking space and pulled up. My first thought was, shall I open the door and just throw up? Because that's what you see at night around the streets, and then the street cleaners come and clean it in the morning. But there was like a grassy patch next to it, and I thought, I don't want pedestrians and people walking past me seeing me, or when I'm gone, and if I've puked, someone comes and sees it. It's disgusting. So I walked out of my car and then walked onto the grass into the park and wanted to get some fresh air. I'm absolutely sure that it wasn't more than 5 minutes that I went. When I came back, guess what I found? A ticket on my car for illegal parking. Less than 5 minutes. And I thought, okay, that's bizarre, because as far as I remember, I don't know if it's still the same rule, but in the past they had to wait around for 5 minutes or a few minutes, because in case you had stopped to drop something off, or if you had gone to get coins or put money in the parking meter, any of those things anyway. So I thought, okay, they gave me a ticket. I was trying to be a good citizen. I was rather annoyed, and to be honest, it's put me in that mindset now where I think the next time I will just open the door and puke outside if I'm sick, because otherwise if I leave the car somewhere I'll probably get a ticket. So I wrote to the local council, which is Lambeth, one of the notorious worst councils known for making their people's life miserable. And I explained to them that, look, I only stopped for 5 minutes and my intention wasn't to park, and I appreciate it was a resident bay and I was there for less than 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and I was ill. And they replied back with this long letter saying, yeah, we understand that you were sick, but that's no excuse for not displaying a permit and not displaying the pay and display or whatever, paying for the parking. And I was just thinking, come on, people, all these councils are doing is filling their coffers with money and trying to basically rob the local citizens for every penny that they can get their hands on. And these parking attendants, I don't know what they think. I know they're on commission, they have a job to do, but at the same time, they are so greedy, especially in London, because they're on commission. So they'll do everything in their power to give you a ticket so they can get their commission. It's just a racket for making money. This isn't to improve people's lives. And first of all, that parking space, or that whole bay, had about 6 or 8 spaces, and mine was the only car. So it's not like there were people waiting to park, or I'd parked in a disabled bay and there was a disabled person trying to park. I mean, I was ill. I was not just parking there for the hell of it. The same council, also to add, does not do anything about, in England we have double red routes, where you have a double red line, which means you cannot stop, not even to let a passenger out on that route, because it causes traffic jams. There is a shop called Iceland in around where I live. Every morning from 6:30 to about 7:45, there's that time gap where their delivery truck comes, stops on the double red, and delivers that for usually half an hour to 40 minutes, and causes a massive traffic jam because they're buses and there's a single lane. So I've written to the council, I've written to the London Transport so many times about it, but because it's not an individual, it's a large company, they're not going to do anything. The replies that I got from them, oh, we'll have a word with the company and tell them not to do it. How about you send an inspector every day and charge them £65? I'm sure very soon they'll stop blocking the traffic. I am so furious about this. This is just ridiculous that ordinary, law-abiding, good citizens who are contributing to the society are being penalized for nothing, while you have all these big corporations getting away. So anyway, that was my little rant for the morning, and I thought I should let you know that if you're ever in London, don't puke if you're driving. Well, don't park safely and puke. Just roll down the window and puke. That should be fine. No one can do anything about it. So, yeah, that was it. So, off to a very good start this morning, aren't we? First day back to work, and I am bitching and moaning about getting fined for being sick. Yeah, so hope you have a good rest of the week, doing whatever you're doing, and I shall be back shortly with some other mischievous things to share. Ciao.